Hi, and welcome to Singing Secrets. I'm vocal coach Katie Starr, and I'm so excited to be here with you today for this live event. Today I'm going to be sharing some secrets that have never been shared before about singing, and this is where we're going to be unlocking the blueprint of your singing voice. That's right, your voice has an actual blueprint that's built into your body, and there's a direct connection between your voice and the blueprint. You might have seen me from one of my viral videos where I show how there's a singer in the center. You see the sheet music, and then below it is what's called a vocal tapping map. And that shows where the location of the note is inside of the human body. And I discovered this back a couple years ago. It was about 5 years ago now. And this is just a really neat story about how the vocal tapping map came about. And then I'll explain to you how it works and everything. So I had actually gotten COVID, and after teaching voice lessons for 20 years, I had never lost an octave and a half in my range. And so of course I'm like not able to teach, I'm not able to perform any of the things, right? So then I'm like, okay, I wonder if there is a connection actually between the body and the voice, because I had tried all the classical methods, I had tried all the modern hacks, and my voice just wasn't coming back. And that's when I had this thought, and it actually worked. So I went into some extensive testing for 4 years. I studied this with hundreds of people all around the world, and we all found something so fascinating about the human voice. It actually has a place for every single pitch that's built into your body, and it's the same regardless of your gender or your age. Hi, thanks for watching, and thanks for the waves. Okay, so after I studied how this map worked, I found out some interesting things about it. But first, I just want to share with you what this map does. And today I went ahead and made this $95 vocal tapping map for free at the link in my bio. So go ahead and snag it while you can. It's such an amazing map. This helps all levels of singers. So you can see here how it helped intermediate singers to really understand and connect with their voice. An advanced singer who said they had been taking for 13 years classical singing, and after seeing this map, they were able to actually make all the pieces come together. But my favorite testimonial that I've gotten so far is about somebody who thought they couldn't sing, and I guess they either had told themselves they couldn't sing, or possibly somebody had told them they couldn't sing. Is that mean? But they could sing, and by seeing this map, they figured out that they could. And I love in this part down here, it says, when they figured it out and they were able to sing, they legit cried happy tears. I mean, as a vocal coach, it just makes me so happy. And that's why I'm so excited to be on here and sharing all of this info with you guys. So this is the vocal tapping map right here. And this is the precise location of every pitch that you sing in the body. I'm going to share with you how this actually works. Now, don't worry if you're a bit skeptical. It is scientifically proven, and I'm going to help you understand today there's something called introspective somatic awareness that you too can actually feel and sense the vibration of your voice in these places. But let's talk a little bit about where these places are. These are located above or below the curvature of a bone on the head, the face, the sternum, and on the rib cage. And these are also in what are called acupuncture points. And acupuncture points have been around for a long time, for thousands of years in Chinese medicine. These are called meridians. And thanks to the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, it's now scientifically proven in Western medicine that we do have these meridians that flow through our body where our energy flows quickest, easiest, and fastest. And it's also where our voice flows. Once we get it there, everything comes together. And that's where all of these acupuncture points are, and our human body's built-in blueprint. Now let me tell you, whenever you get your voice into these spots, a couple of amazing things happen for you. You're able to sing in what's called perfect pitch, that according to statistics, only 1% of people can sing in, and this is in the very center of a pitch. And I'll get into showing you a little bit more about what that is and how you can figure that out. But for the sake of an analogy, I want you to imagine and a jet stream in the air or a current in the ocean. Those are places in the air and the ocean where the water and the air naturally goes faster. And that's what these energy centers are like, where our voice, energy in our body flows. So let's go ahead and take a look at how you can know for sure today that all of these notes are located in these spots. And we're going to do this through the introspective awareness. Okay, so this is a really fun game, and I would love to get your participation in this. So get ready to type in some answers. I'm going to have you do a really fun exercise, okay? So for this, we're going to be using an app called On Pitch. And you can see it's turning some different colors here. And there's some different notes happening. It's picking up my pitch as I'm talking right now. And when I sing a note, it's going to also pick that up. Ooh. So you can see how that works, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pick a note. I'm going to sing it to you, or I'll just hum it. And I'm going to have you hum it back, okay? And we're going to be developing what's called your extrospective somatic awareness. This means the awareness of your voice, or the vibration of your voice on the outside of your body. You can already do this if you rub your fingers together. Your fingers are having extrospective awareness. They're feeling something on the outside of your body, right? So we're going to be doing that in the 3 spots we're going to be looking at, and these are the answers that you can choose from, okay? It's either going to be on the head, the nose, or on the sternum, okay? So those are the 3 options. And I'm going to go ahead and hum a note, and I'm going to have you see if you can tell where it's located in the human body. Then afterwards, to prove it to you, I'll pull up the app, and then we'll see if you got it right, okay? So we're going to start with this note. So what you want to do is hum it, and you want to touch your head as you hum it, touch your nose as you hum it, touch your sternum as you hum it. See where it vibrates the most. Let me know in the comments if you feel it vibrating more in one spot than another spot. Now, if you aren't really sure if you're feeling it or not, you can lessen one of your senses to heighten your sense of touch. So you can close your eyes as you do it to make your awareness go there a little bit more. So we'll do it one more time with this tone. Is it more here, here, or here? And if you guessed the nose, you are correct. Okay, now let's take a look at what the pitch is. So that's the D4. So let's go ahead and now pull up the vocal tapping map, and I'll zoom in so you can see where the D4 is, right there at the very top of the nose. I would say that's like, I feel like I've seen this in movies before where people go like that. They're being all serious with their glasses. It's right in that spot right there. And because all of the notes within our body are either above or below a curvature of the bone, what you can do is find the bridge of your nose right here and just go up to the top of that right there. And that's literally where that note is. So now we're going to be using introspective awareness to find the note. And this is where it gets really cool because you can hear it change. So I'm going to do the same thing where I place my finger where the note is located, okay? And what I'm going to do is slide up to it. Go ahead and do that with me. And you might be able to tell that it's buzzing on the inside there. Now here's proof that it is buzzing there. I'm going to press down and it will get louder if I'm in the right spot. I'm going to go a little bit higher and press down. And it didn't get louder because I wasn't in the right spot. So that's always one way to find this out too. Isn't this so fun? So this is a blueprint of your voice. And the neat thing is your voice is so unique. It's not like anyone else's. And this technology has been around for like 20 years called a vocal print. And I feel like not a lot of people are aware of it, but it's such a cool thing. So I think the FBI's been using it for years, and police detectives have been using it to find people and identify them by their voice. But more recently, you can even call up some credit card companies and they will identify you by your voice, and more specifically by your vocal print. That's how unique your voice is. Now, if you want to know what your unique sound is like, this is your trick to finding it right here, because when you place your voice where it goes for all these pitches, that's your unique sound based on your unique bone structure. That's why your face looks different than everybody else's also. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about when you start singing. These are maybe some of the things that you face and that are things that you want to overcome when you want to become a good singer, right? And most singers will study singing anywhere between like 4 and 15 years. You can get master's degrees in singing, but what's really cool about vocal tapping is, and this is going to sound wild when you first hear it, I know it does, you can actually master your singing voice in the smallest fraction of time by adding the sense of touch. And I'm going to show you how here in a second. But I can tell you that for sure, I'm going to share some stories with you of singers who mastered their singing voice in under 12 weeks. I know that sounds crazy, but let's get into it a little bit more. And I'm going to show you how using the sense of touch actually does all these amazing things for your voice. I'm going to give you examples that you can participate in today also. Let's talk about breath control. I'm sure, if you start voice lessons, you're like, okay, we're starting with breathing, right? So you always hear that first. But what vocal tapping does, my method, is it actually trains your body through something called muscle memory on how to actually do these things. You don't have to think about it and test it and hope you get it right one time and maybe you won't remember it the next day. Your muscles actually memorize it through something called the fascia that's in your muscles, and fascia contains memory. And if you think of anybody in sports, if they practice the same move over and over and over again, then their body just does it. I'm a pianist also, and I know if I use the same finger numbers as I'm playing a scale over and over and over again, I don't have to think about it. I can place my hand on the piano and it kind of just plays the scale. So that's also how this works. So let's talk about what are some of the components that we need when we want to sing with breath control and sing the right way for breathing. And it comes down to 3 things really. And that would be using our deep breathing, keeping our core open, and keeping our vocal cords open after our exhale. So I'm going to show you a little trick on how you can do this and how you can train your body to do this too. So keeping the vocal cords open would be using that introspective awareness, right? It's like, okay, where's my kidney? How do I feel that? That's kind of like almost impossible because we don't ever think about what the inside of our body feels like. But we can access that by highlighting the right parts of our voice, and more specifically our vocal cords. We want to keep those open. There's a muscle on either side of our chin here that goes down this way and is responsible for helping open and close the vocal cords. So if you take your finger and you place it here on the edge and you pull down underneath, you can hear how my voice is getting deeper already, right? Now I'm going to make a really funny face. Now my voice is all the way down here, and that's because that actually creates that resistance, so my vocal cords have to stay open. So if you know what that feels like, then you can go ahead and keep them open after your exhale, which makes you have breath control and sing always from your core and your diaphragm. Okay, let's talk about some of these other ones, and I won't get to all of these things, but these are definite things that using your sense of touch while singing will help you with through vocal tapping. Oh, and I meant to also say earlier too, that the vocal tapping map I was just showing you earlier, which looks like this, you can download at the link in my bio, or if you visit katiestarvocalcoach.com, and it's usually $95, but today it is free. So grab it while you can. And it is part 1 of the vocal tapping roadmap. So once you've understood how the map works, then you can start applying it. When we were talking about how just looking at the map helps so much, I'm so excited to share all these other things that vocal tapping does also. Okay, so we're going through and we're talking about breath control, pitch accuracy. We just looked at that earlier when we were talking about how you can place your voice into those little pockets where it belongs, right? But check this out too. I'm gonna go back to that On Pitch app. Now this is how precise pitch can be when you sing. If you play the piano and you want to hit an A, you just hit it, and you've played it on perfect pitch. But with your voice, you'll notice up here how the letter name's changing, and it's going from green to pink to blue. So green is the goal. That's called perfect pitch. It's a very precise frequency right in the center of the pitch. If you go a little bit sharp, it's pink, and a little bit flat would be blue. So now I'm going to give you an example of if I hit a note and I try to get it right in the center. Right now it's just the smallest amount flat, so I'd want to bring it up. And you can see there, it finally got to the green once I brought it up to the right spot. Okay, so that is part of what we go through in vocal tapping. We use our sense of touch to get us to the center of pitch, so you can be that 1% of people that can sing in perfect pitch. Pretty cool. Okay, I wanted to share with you a couple other vocal secrets here that are in the vocal tapping course. Okay, we have vocal range limitations. So, oh gosh, I've got a really great story to tell you about this. One of my students, she actually got in a tragic car accident and had all this damage done to her mouth and her teeth and all of this, and her face, she lost like feeling in her face, right? And she couldn't perform anymore. And we used some of these vocal tapping techniques, and she was able to get back up to her high notes when the doctors had actually told her that she wouldn't be able to sing high notes again. And she was like really devastated. But I'm gonna show you that technique right now that you can use to get your voice to where it goes. And first what I'm gonna share with you is called vocal pathways. And we looked at this a little bit before, how these are directly connected to those scientifically proven now meridians that run through your body, where the energy of your body flows and where your voice flows too. And we have 6 different vocal pathways here in our neck, right? Okay, and each one of those, this is so crazy, like you're not gonna believe it, but it's a thing and you're about to feel it too. So try this exercise with me. You have what's called an innate or built-in response when you activate sound with touch in a particular spot for each one of your vocal pathways. And so what happens, and you can see here, is these, when they're activated with sound and touch, they're sent down the spinal cord to one of these areas. And this is what gives you a specific kind of resonation or resonance with your voice. So I'm gonna show you how cool this is, since we're talking about expanding your range, and we're gonna talk about going up to a high note. And you can go ahead and do this along with me so you can experience it, or you can just listen to it. You'll be able to hear the difference. I'm gonna go to a high note, and I know there's 2 specific vocal pathways that I need to activate in order to get up there. So first I'm gonna hit the high note, then I'm gonna hit the, activate the vocal pathway with touch that activates the flow to get up there, and we'll go to step 2. So here's my high note. Woo. And I'm gonna activate my vocal pathway. You can instantly hear it flow up there. There's so much more of it there. And now I'm gonna connect it with the other pathway that it's connected to on the other side. Heard it get stronger when I activated it with the other one. So that's one way that you can, once you get these pathways open, then your voice flows where it needs to go, and then you can literally tap your voice into these spots where it belongs. Okay, more singing secrets here for you. Thank you for joining and being here today. If you want to send a wave, I'd love to give you a shout out. Okay, well, these are some of the benefits, or actually the things that people want to work on, right? When they're first learning to sing, and I'm showing you the singing secrets of vocal tapping. So one of them is stage fright. I think as humans, we all get stage fright. Like I heard there was this statistic where people, I think it's like 99 people would rather jump out of an airplane than be on a stage in front of people, do public speaking, and especially not singing. So I totally get having stage fright. And I can tell you, the first time that I ever performed, I remember like I was so nervous, and I didn't know this trick back then, but my hands were like, you know, adrenaline rush shaking. I had to sit on my hands because they wouldn't stop shaking. So if anybody understands stage fright, I'm on your team. I totally get you. And it's so neat how there's a language between our body and our voice, and we can literally use this language to get rid of our stage fright. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this secret with you. So I want you to get into your imagination for just a second with me, okay? Okay, so what we're gonna talk about is we're gonna picture that you are about to perform. You're about to, let's say you're gonna go on American Idol, okay? You're about to be on television. The stage is huge. You're backstage and you're like, oh my God, I'm about to go out. You know, can you imagine that feeling of like all those people there? It's gonna be quiet when you walk on stage. You hope they like you. You hope the judges like you, you know, all the things, right? So just put yourself in that position. What does that feel like? Maybe an adrenaline rush, right? And so that actually is the part of the brain responsible for fight or flight. But you know what's neat? That same part of the brain that's activated also is responsible for excitement. So when we add in this vocal tapping technique, what happens is it flips from fight or flight to excitement. And I'm gonna guide you through it and show you how it works. Now, this technique is a body-based and voice-based technique that creates what are called tactile feedbacks between your brain, your body, and your voice, okay? So what we're doing is we're basically telling our body how to feel, and that flips it from fight or flight into excitement, okay? So let's get back to that place of, oh my God, I'm about to walk out on stage, right? Okay, so this is what you would do before you go on stage to flip that into that other place. You're gonna use what's called EFT tapping. This has been used in psychology for like 20 or 30 years, recognized. And the way that this relates to the voice and vocal tapping in particular is because some of the places that we're gonna be tapping to reprogram our brain are also these acupuncture points that are used to place our voice on pitch and where it goes for each note. So if you were backstage and you're in this area of fight or flight, and we're gonna change it now to excitement, okay? So you're gonna take your fingers. I want you to follow after what I say, after I say it, okay? And tap in the places that I'm tapping. And this is gonna reprogram my brain, okay? I'm backstage and I'm really anxious about going on stage. So you repeat that back. Now repeat this back. And that's okay. And then you'll repeat this back. I am actually so excited. Then repeat this back, because this is gonna be the best opportunity of my life. Are you starting to feel how exciting it feels? Okay, we've just got a couple left. And I'm tapping up here. And I'm so excited how much fun I'm gonna have on stage. Now right here. So my body is now ready to go on stage. Last one, repeat back. And I'm so excited. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Are you feeling so excited? I can already tell the shift in my body, and I'm feeling just like this whole, like I'm totally ready to go out on stage right now. So that's also another vocal tapping trick to help you get rid of stage fright, where we're reprogramming our brain through touch, and it's locking in to our body through fascia, which contains the memory in our muscles. Okay, next, let's take a look at some of these other things that singers generally deal with whenever they're starting to sing. They want to have feedback and criticism, and that's where my vocal tapping VIP mentorship comes in, and I listen to you very specifically. I can hear where your voice is at, how to open it up for you, and show you all of the tricks in my very methodized program that I've developed for over 5 years. Okay, and then also, it relieves physical tension. I think for most of us as adults, and probably as kids too, we carry around tension in our bodies. And it's so important to recognize that our body is the vessel or the instrument of our voice. If you think of a violin, you know that it's got the wood around it. That's the vessel, that's the instrument. It has the strings, right? And then it has the bow The bow activates the sound. Well, our voice is the same way, except it's a bit different because the vessel is our body, and our body's not hollow. It has a cardiovascular system, it has a nervous system, it has a lymphatic system, it has energetic meridians where our voice flows. All of these intricate things that happen. And then we have, same as the strings, our vocal cords, and then the bow would be similar to our breath. So if you know how to use all these systems inside your body with your breath, and you know how to activate all of them, can't you see how this makes singing so easy? It's so fun, and it's so effective because you see instant results. So that's what I love about it so much. Now also, the last point on here is, when you first start singing, you want to find your own style too, right? So you want to know what you sound like. And what I'm talking about is like if you would turn on Spotify and you wouldn't see who the artist is, but you instantly would recognize them by the sound of their voice. That's what I'm talking about. And so if you have placed your voice where it goes for every single pitch based on your unique bone structure, your voice is going to sound different than anybody else's. And that's why it's so great that you can grab that vocal tapping map right now at the link in my bio. It's normally $95, but it's free today for this live stream where I'm giving away all these secrets and free tools, okay? So now let's go ahead and also talk about the vocal tapping roadmap. And then I'm going to share something with you guys that I can hardly believe I'm doing this, but I'm doing this because I really want to get this message out because it's just so effective. And I'll be revealing what that is. It's only for people watching this video, so hang around for just a couple more minutes and I'll share that with you. So like we were talking about earlier, the vocal tapping map is just step one of this entire vocal tapping roadmap. There's 7 specific steps you take. It takes under 12 weeks and you completely master your voice. And I have some stories to share with you about this. So when you follow all of these steps, guaranteed to work. Also, you're going to see instant results and you can track it using all of the worksheets within the program. Okay, now let's move on to some results that people have gotten from taking this VIP mentorship. This is my student, Carmen. Carmen is a theater person, and she had been a theater person for years, like 10, 15 years. It's her passion, right? And then she gets in this tragic car accident, and part of her nerve bundles were damaged. She lost parts of her anatomy, unfortunately, and of course, what goes along with that is her voice, and it was devastating to her. She had been told by doctors and also vocal coaches that just didn't understand the connection between the body and the voice, and everybody was like, yeah, your voice is gone. It's not coming back. But she found me, and I got this text message from her. Vocal tapping helped her completely restore her voice. I'm getting emotional talking about it. I'm sorry. It's so special that she was able to get her voice back again. And she's back on stage performing now. I can't believe I'm tearing up. Okay, it's just such a touching story. Okay, here's our next one. This is my vocal tapping student, Ryan, and he texted me this. He said, I'm noticing every song is easier to sing, and then some songs are now closer to pitch than ever before. His story is really cool. So he was never supported by his family growing up. He always wanted to be a rock star, right? But he wasn't able to do that, like growing up. And he got to the place in his life where he's like, I'm going to go ahead and put this first, make this a priority. And he knew he could sing, but he wanted to really fast track it. He's like, I'm ready to do this. And so we did the 10-week VIP mentorship, and he legit went into the studio. It sounds so good. His overtones are amazing. And he put out his first single, and he's recording all the other ones and starting to go on tour now. And it was really fun for him because every time that ever we would have a class together, I'd be like, how's your voice doing? And he was like, oh my God, it's so good. You won't believe this. Since our last class, all these other things came together. And that's how it feels to take the VIP mentorship. It's so much fun. This one could be my favorite story. This is a text that my student Dylan in the VIP mentorship sent me. He said, I had a way cool thing happen today. My sister-in-law called me the singer of the family during dinner. I can't thank you enough. Let me tell you Dylan's story. So he married into a family of singers, and his wife, I think, had like 5 or 6 sisters, like a bunch of sisters. And he never really cared that he couldn't sing, but whenever he married into this family, like every time they all got together, they were all singing, and they would kind of like joke around and be like, you know what, you can't sing, and that's kind of funny. And he never really let it bother him before, but he was like, you know what, I'm going to do something about this. So he went out and he said he tried to take voice lessons, and he was told by like 2 or 3 legit vocal coaches that he was tone deaf and he couldn't sing. And that was before he had the vocal tapping map and the course and the outline of how to connect it all, though, right? So what he learned was how to place his voice into some of these spots. And he had, when we first started working together, I was like, we're going to use the On Pitch app so you can see if your voice is in the right spot, or maybe it's above the note or below it. He's like, I've already done that. I just don't know how to get it like to the right note, right? And so then we used his introspective awareness. We got that developed. And then he was able to literally get his voice to where it belongs. And people describe it as if it like pops or clicks into place. I like to describe it as, and I'm going to build one of these sometime because it's just too cool. Like if there was 2 pieces of metal, right? And then there's this circle like this. So let's say that there's circle here, metal. And this would be laying flat. So you'd have a round metal ball, and it was rolling this way and then falls into place again. It has that kind of a feel to it. I don't know how else to describe it other than that, unless you would do it in the VIP mentorship course. And then you can experience it. It really is an experience, I would say. But it helps you get it into place. So he used his map to know where the note was, and then he could slide into it. But then to lock it into place, he used his sense of touch. And like we were looking at earlier when I was giving you guys that demonstration, when you press down and you're in the right spot, it gets louder. So you can feel it click into place. You can hear it click into place. And the neatest part about it is that your muscle memory actually locks it into place, which is really cool because the fascia in your muscle remembers it. And after you do it a certain number of times, it just goes there and you don't even have to think about it anymore. Okay, so let's see here. What else do we have? Okay, so now we're gonna get to the part where I was telling you guys earlier that I can't believe that I'm doing this, but I am today just to get the message out there, okay? So this vocal tapping mentorship has been offered in my studio for a few years, but I'm just now getting it out to the public online, okay? So it's a fully developed program. It's highly effective. It's an under 12-week course, and it's guaranteed to help you master your voice, okay, through these steps that we've been talking about the whole time. And here's the thing that I'm doing today, and I'm doing it just for the first 5 people, but I'm actually offering the VIP mentorship course at 75% off. And this includes all of the one-on-one sessions with me, all the material, all of the worksheets, all of the tricks. A lot of the things that you learned today are inside that. But the neat thing about the VIP mentorship is it's all tailored for you. So if you want to knock out 10 years of vocal study in under 12 weeks, this would be the way to do it. So whether you're a beginner and you think you can't sing, you actually, can sing. It's really a really cool thing. I've had so many people that have messaged me saying, I didn't think I could sing, and I can't believe I spent my whole life thinking I couldn't sing. And like, I think one person I was showing you in a text, I actually have a picture of it right here. I'll show you. This is another emotional thing for me. She said, I legit cried when I found out I could sing. Happy tears, of course, right? But yeah, so you can sing, and I can show you how to do it. This also helps people that have been singing for years because it pulls together everything on the inside of your body, connects it to your brain through these tactile feedback loops when we use touch, and your voice directs it too. So it's really fascinating and wonderful how this program works. And it also helps people who are in an intermediate stage, maybe have been working for years. You know, typical voice lessons are like, I've been trying to hit high notes for about 3 or 4 years. I still can't do it. You can do it. I can show you how to do it in one class when you activate your vocal pathways. It's that easy. It's so easy. So right now, here's what I'm offering you. If you go to the link in my bio, or it's katiestarvocalcoach.com, you click right here where that circle is, and you can get my VIP mentorship for 75% off today only. I'm just giving it to 5 people though, because I want to make sure I have enough time to share with everybody and give you my dedicated attention and everything. So, oh, and then also, I wanted to add in an extra bonus too, because I really want to get this message across and just share this wonderful discovery that I was so fortunate to discover. I want as many people to hear about it as possible. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I really want to do this, but I just can't afford voice lessons, right? I have an in-house financing program, meaning you'll get approved and you can do financing too if that is an issue for you. So if you're feeling called to do this, then this is your sign to go ahead and do it. And like I said before, it's guaranteed vocal mastery in under 12 weeks, all with one-on-one mentorships with me. And if you just are interested in how this works, please also get yourself a free vocal tapping map today. Today it's on special, it's free. It's normally $95. You can get it for free at the link in my bio and learn more about it. And I'm going to be doing some more live streams, sharing some more stories with you. And this is only my second live stream on here, so I'm going to figure out how to get more engaged with everybody. I see all the people joining and waving in hearts, and I'm not sure honestly how to do all of this yet, but I'll get better at it. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been such a pleasure to get to spend this evening with you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.